here we go with the third attempt of the day. I don't really like to get into reset hell, but like 3 runs in a row, just they've died. 2 have died in Arsons and 1 died in Dry Canyon very early on. What I usually do is like I see where I'm up to time-wise when I get to Magic Crafters or sometimes even Beast Makers, and if I feel like I can make the time back, I don't reset at that point. When I have a bad Artisans and Peacemakers though, it really makes it tempting not to just reset because, you know, you're not that far through the run. My target is still getting sub 1 hour, which, to be fair, like, sub an hour isn't even that difficult. It's just I'm making so many errors. Like, I've in previous runs I've accidentally gone into Terrace Village even though it's not part of my route. I've game overed on Misty Bog because I just ran out of lives. So I may go out of my way to pick up a life if I see one like that's kind of on route. Because I always seem to run out of lives. Like there's a few like intended deaths, but then I'm always guaranteed to like die once or twice just by accident. Just because I suck. I was saying in a previous run that I don't think I can call myself a good speedrunner of this game until I push the boundaries of like sub 50 minutes. Sub 1 hour like is what I guess you'd say is an okay player, but like if I want to be called a decent Spyro 1 runner, I definitely need to not miss boxes like that, for example, and not bonk like that. But yeah, I need to be pushing sub 50 minutes to really consider myself happy with where I'm at with the game. It's gonna be mildly over 0.04. I do usually get that 5 gem that was off to the right there, but you know, because I lost a little bit of time in the level, I think I can make up that 5 gem just pretty much at any point. At least I hope so. My gem route is far from optimized because I can't do treetops, like not yet. I can't usually get the Wizard Peak like Speedy Gonzalez thing, and same with Bike Caves, so my gem route is kind of a weird one. I've considered like putting Sunny Flight back in the run at times just because like I'll either like drastically under gem or drastically like over gem in the route that I currently do. So I'm very inconsistent, just like my jumping abilities. And this run's gonna go to shit if I don't get it this time. There we go. Oof. I can take 1 death. I can forgive myself for 1 death. Like that's one of the unintended deaths. So like, well, clearly it's an unintended death, but it means now like I need to get that extra life at some point. Otherwise, I'll be like at Misty Bog with 0 lives. If I'm at Misty Bog with 0 lives, I usually accidentally die in Misty Bog just because I'm not very good at it, and it makes me want to avoid the last dragon in that stage as a result. Which is not an option really. Well, it is an option, it depends like, it depends how, like, if I get the other intended dragons, like sometimes I fuck up on my route in Dry Canyon, or in Icy Peak I don't get the jump correctly and I miss out on a dragon there. It's a dead run for me if I miss out on both. And that was another attempt at that wall glide that I get like all the time in practice and then never get in a run. Like seriously, when I sit and just do that glide for fun, I get it like 5 out of 6 times. Whenever I try and get a run together, I've yet to successfully ever get it in a run. And this is Well, as you can see, it's attempt number 15. Well, it says attempt number 15. Really, it's probably attempt number 18. I'm not sure why, but sometimes live split does not update correctly. Alright, so a slightly faster slightly faster artisans to peacekeepers transition, purely because I messed up the wall glide a lot faster than I usually do. Usually I give it a little bit more time to set up and then mess it up anyway. So a very marginal save there, but I've lost time in every other level. Town Square being the most notable one because of dying, of course. It's okay though, like, it's not worth a reset because even though it's near the start, like, I know I can make that time later just by having a much better Beastmakers and a much better things like Wizard Peak. Like, there's so many opportunities to make that time back. I'm not going to get it by messing up flaming a simple cannon guy. I know for a fact just by improving in basic movement, I could definitely cut like 5 or 6 minutes off the time just from being better at moving. Seriously, I hate it when that happens. Sometimes a gem just springs out of the chest and doesn't hone in on Spyro. It's a little bit of a frustrating thing. Now, depending on if I get damage boost, this will depend on whether I get an extra dragon in this level. And it also depends, like, whether or not I'm going to get what's considered a good time in this level, because ideally I go for that, and I go for like a route that no one goes for essentially on this level. But it's because I'm not good at getting fast gems in certain levels, such as Wizard Peak. I'm not good at getting fast gems in treetops. There's just so many areas where I need to make up gems elsewhere without wanting to go into like Terrace Village, because I don't really like that level very much, even though like it's a solid option for a lot of people. For me, just I don't like doing it. Did I get the key then? I really hope I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, it didn't show up like it usually does, which is a little bit disquieting when you don't see its icon appear. Right, don't do the thing of accidentally killing the bird. I need you alive. Okay. Come on, birdie. There we go. All right, that was nice. That was a nice birdie, but far from ideal. Far from ideal, everything else. That's something else I need to practice, is getting those gems better. If I'm going to include this part, I definitely need to optimize like my movement and things in there, like by learning Charge Glide. Charge Glide is definitely something that I'm going to practice once I'm kind of getting sub-hour times. Because only then is it like my movement in other areas is decent enough where like having Charge Glide is worth like learning. That's not what you want. You don't want to be Sparksless, because that's bad and it slows everything down. Okay. So a 20-second time save. 102.39 is not my personal best. I have like a off-recording record of like 56 minutes, which was really good for me. It's obviously unofficial because I wasn't recording at the time. It was in like an unofficial race that I did. But my official time on the board right now is 101.11. So like this time that I'm trying to beat here is not entirely accurate, but it's close enough. Like I kind of know if I'm going to be beating my best or not, based on like what I'm kind of looking towards, leaving Beastmakers and going into Dreamweavers. I'll know if I should just stop the run there or not. There's a really good Charge Glide around to this section to make it faster, but yeah, it's not tech that I know how to do yet. I'll get there. As I said, once I get sub an hour, learning how to Charge Glide will be the agenda essentially, because I'll need that advantage when my movement's just not perfect. Like I'll have like, you know, one more thing in the bag. Where am I going? Not sure why I went a really slow way to get up to the firework, which is not ideal. Nope. This is one part where a very nice charge glide helps, even though it's not entirely necessary. You can get it like that. And let's pick up these 5s. I used to get the thief on this level, but rooted it out. Should I actually get the dragon on this stage? I don't know why I'm like having a brain farm where when I picked up the dragon. I did, okay. Oh no, that's disaster. That's disaster. Okay, I'll ruin these gems. It's not reset level of disaster, but it's a huge time loss, that's for sure. Especially because I go for slow dragon over there. Oh, I was like halfway up as well. It wasn't even like I was on layer 2. That's frustrating. So 1, got you. Got you anyway, though. Come on, come on. Speed. Oh, mama. Mamma mia. I might still make it out of this with time, so not a good time, but it's a time. It's a faster time than before. I must have made like some early mistakes to be putting me slightly ahead on time here. I think I messed up a little bit more frequently on a dry canyon. I think that's where I've gained a little bit of time back. Marco. Sometimes I glide across to the ruse, but I realise that's probably not ideal, so let's go down here. So I picked up a few extra gems when I dropped down through the spiral, so I've kind of made up the gems that I missed. Right. Oops. Just kill you because you're in my way. No. There's a very nice charge glide from Dr. Shemp over to the thief in this area. It's such a huge time loss if you mess it up though, that like that's probably something I'm going to integrate into my run like way later. When like I'm really like clawing at ways to save time, that's when I'll be thinking of that. That's the guy. What amazes me when I watch like the high level runners is like they usually don't even wait for gems. Like if they miss a gem, it's like whatever, I'll go on without you. For me, like if I do that too often, like they seem to do it really often, then I end up like just way short of gems later. Like I watched Deo's world record run, not to like imitate it, but just to see kind of like what gems he's going for. And like the amount of times that he's like, oh I missed a gem but I'll make it up later, and I'm not like, he does it so often though, I'm like, wow, he's got like a lot of backups planned. This is gonna be a slow, Shemp, I'm afraid. Made a hash of it by losing sparks. Made a hash of it by missing that gem as well. So, get this one to make up for it, leave the level. 1 second slower Shemp, but like I've saved time in Dry Canyon, so not a particularly good time that we're looking at right now, and I can't afford any mistakes here because I've got no sparks. And you have to come and do the cannon thing, and I still don't have sparks, and I'm not sure where I'll get him back. I think there's some of those animals by the there's some of those animals by the thief, I believe, so I can get it there. Night Flight. This when I submitted my previous run that ended up as a PB despite me getting a game over. Night Flight was all over the place. I kind of lost my head during it, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen now. I got all of the gems I wanted, but I just did everything so like suboptimal. It wasn't even funny. That was slightly unoptimal. I went for an extra lighthouse, and I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't usually go for that lighthouse at that time. It's kind of weird that I went for it then. So this is going to be a slightly slower than desired night flight. Well, like maybe it could be as much as 2 seconds I've lost there, but as I said, I can't even use the timer as an accurate representation of where I should be at this point. Just because the timer is not... it's not accurate. So this is where I've lost time here, because now I've got to go and get this lighthouse. Makes me wonder if I do usually get that lighthouse. I don't remember. I usually get like 15 seconds, so yeah, this is I have like 15 seconds left on that level. Oh, apparently I got a faster time than usual. Or it might just be the... oh, crap. Why are these splits wrong? I've just realised, like, it's wrong on multiple levels. It's got Dr. Shemp listed before Night Flight, so... That thief made it unusually easy. Like, he literally just stood there. But yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea why Night Flight is listed before Dr. Shemp. Like, I had a spell where I put Night Flight first before Shemp, but like, I've not done that recently, so I'm not sure why that's the case. And I'm without sparks again. This is, and I'm in like the worst level to be without sparks as well, because ice cavern fodders, I don't know why they thought bats were a good idea, because like they always are not where you need them to be. That they're never going to be like just in your path. Well, it's unlikely they'll be in your path. It's going to be like luck based if the bat happens to be flying around while I'm there. Oh, there's bats up there, but like, what are you doing up there? Like, what am I going to do with you up there? Like, it's bullshit. Come on. Like, I had to really go out of the way to get like a fodder, so it's like the worst fodder in the game is Ice Cavern. Like, that's not where you want to be sparkless. That was a good gem. I need to get into the habit of like getting gems like that a bit better. Okay, I'm gonna miss out on those gems up there. I'm not doing that again. There's like one particular section of Alpine Ridge that'll be coming up where I like go for gems that nobody else goes for, and I'm not like, I've wondered why. Like, I know it's not on, it's like not en route to a dragon, but there is a dragon there, so you're over there anyway. So I have kind of wondered why no one goes for it. Okay, let's get this dragon. And I'm gonna go for some gems a little bit out of the way here as well to make up for missing those chests earlier. Just too slow to go back and do that particular climb again. Come on. If I could pinpoint one animation that I hate to see in this game, it's when you're trying to turn around quickly and he kind of does a really slow turn. It's like frustrating. You maybe get a few bonus gems inside this cave as well at the end of Ice Cavern to make up for, again, a couple of gems that I missed out on earlier. Oops, through there. Try stairway once. And fail. Okay, I'll try stairs one more time. Mess it up again. Okay, stairs is not going to work for me today, so let's not go for it again. It's another trick that I've practiced actually a number of times, and I have like no problems with it in practice. I think that's just the kind of runner I am. Like, when it comes to an actual run, all my skills just go out the window, and it's just like whatever happens, happens. Which is a frustrating position to be in as a runner. Ooh, because of the way that snowman guy was coming up to me, I thought I was going to miss out there. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's a 10 gem in that chest I missed, so these are the bonus gems I'm going to get. Having, as you can see, a slow ice cavern as a result of shenanigans. There we go. According to this, I'm 40 seconds ahead of my 102 pace, which is not good enough for a record right now for me. Because of that 111 is the time that's on the board. So I need to really be seeing that, like, I'm a minute 30 ahead before I can say I'm on pace to where I want to be. Okay. Come on, speak to the guy, please. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Take me there. So seeing what time like Beastmakers is where I lost a lot of time in the run that this one's currently on, so if I have a good Beastmakers and a good Magic Crafters, I will be at my target of more than a minute ahead. Because I had really bad Magic Crafters and Beastmakers in the run I submitted. Game over in Beastmakers, that's like how bad it is, and I go into Terrace Village by mistake, even though it's not my route, and while I'm in Terrace Village I don't even get a dragon, I get like 70 gems. Like, it's a really pointless Terrace Village that ends up happening. It's not. Alpine Ridge is an interesting level for me. It's like a level where it's like the opposite of what I've been talking about with Stairs and with Stairs and what's the other one? Stairs and Wall Glide to next to Toasty. It's a level that, like, in practice usually goes poorly for me, but then in the actual run it's usually, I wouldn't say it's good. Like, I definitely wouldn't call anything about my run good, but like it's not as bad. However, that right there is the worst stairs I've ever had for that particular section. So, speak too soon. And the reason why this level scares, like, me is because I'm not great with timing. Like, that was lucky. Like, practice me, I would have fell off there. It's like, that's kind of what happens to me on the stage when I'm practicing it. I knew he had a gold, so he's definitely worth going for. Okay, could have left the standings a little bit earlier there. I think he only has like a 2 gem or something, so not bothered about missing him too much. Could be wrong, he could have a 10, I really don't know gem placements that much on this game. I know I used to skip those chests for whatever reason, and they ended up actually having decent money inside. But yeah, I've missed quite a few gems that I usually get already on this run, so I'm being extra careful. Because if I see myself going into Dreamweavers with 5,200 gems, that's like a scary number for me. I'm not happy. Like, I want 5,300 going into Dreamweavers before I feel comfortable. This guy also scares me because he's been responsible for a few of my my random deaths in Alpine Ridge in the past. He kind of sits on top of that stair and like wipes me completely the hell off. Not a particularly fast dragon. Okay, we're gonna get this Thief. This is the section I'm talking about where I go for gems that nobody else does. I get this Thief, and then I go around here, like, yeah, there's a lot of 1s and 2s and stuff, but like, don't know, just they're all in a row. It feels fast. It probably feels faster than it is. I don't know. Just I like doing this section. I'm not sure like what stage I'm gonna get to before I start like excluding that from the run. I think I need to see evidence that it's not fast. Like, I need to Just root it out one time and see where it puts me. See if it puts me in a bad place. It's not the only weird gemage I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some weird gemage in high caves as well that no one else does. Say no one else. When I say no one else, I'm obviously referring to like people who are good at the game. So they have their reason not to do it because they're clearly making the gems up in faster ways. But the thing is, like, bite caves and bite caves are not in treetops, like the main gems that I see that I miss out on that they get, but it's kind of amazing to me, like, it doesn't seem to add up to, like, it adds up to a decent chunk of change. It's just, it surprises me how much of a difference it makes, because of how the gems I get to replace those strategies are just so out of the way in comparison. It's quite mind-blowing, really. Oh, wrong side of the dragon. I always forget, like, which side that dragon is. So that was a very slow walk. Very nearly timed that too soon. Would have been disastrous. As you can probably see, my general movement is just generally quite slow in basic shit. I can definitely get better at things like not just charge gliding, but like charging in a good time for a faster glide. Like, that's a more basic principle than the charge gliding that people think about. Ajax. My friend supports this team. So this is where like a runner would usually go for bite caves, where I'm like I go for bite caves pretty much every time and mess it up, so it's not like something I integrate. I don't know what happened there, like my thumb twitched and like I went completely off course, but luckily I managed to save it because fairies is one of the slowest things ever. So yeah, these are the gems I go over to get. I go over here, get these gems. I don't know, it just feels like there's a good amount of gems there, so it's like one of those instances. Sometimes get this thief just because he gets in the way. It does mean that I don't need to get like the other thief in Wizard Peak now, which is a faster thief for sure. It's just like I happen to be here anyway, so for me, like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter for me, that thief that much. Like, if I get it, I get it. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, like, that's where I'm, like, I got the first part of Bite Caves, which is still okay. It's not ideal though. Here, avoid talking to Missy Moo Moo. Then I'll go here, get these gems. One last fan chest for good luck. Oh, get the gem first. So that time loss you see there of 4.1 seconds, that's like I failed bite caves, just picked up a few gems in the general cave area. So it says a time loss, but I got more gems than I usually do in what I just did. So it might lose me time now, but it should even out later. Because I won't have to get gems that I normally miss. This wizard pisses me off because like if I go for him, I get 10 gems instead of 5. But like I almost never get this trick. I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh. Because now, like, I missed the gems that was, like, in the start of the level instead, so... It's like one of those tricks that if you get it, it pays off massively. If you don't, well, like, I'm 15 gems that well, I think it's 10 or 15 gems that I'd normally get instead. Old Run Me used to go around the sort of, like, side area of this level. It was kind of a really weird route now that I think back to it. Like, it doesn't make sense. That was slow. Why did I do that? Wizard Peak is definitely a level where I always lose sparks, and a bad Wizard Peak for me can mean that I actually lose like 2 lives, which is what puts me in trouble come Misty Bog. Sometimes it even puts me in trouble. Sometimes it even puts me in trouble. Oof, if I hadn't glid out of that, that could have been dangerous. It puts me in danger in Misty Bog, or sometimes it puts me in danger in Blowhard, is what I want to say. So this thief, obviously faster if I'd gone for it earlier, instead of the thief that I went for. I'm trying to think what thief I should cut out though. Maybe the one at the start of Magic Crafters is worth cutting out, or I guess I could also cut out the one that nobody goes for in High Caves. But again, like, the gems in that section of High Caves where the thief isn't particularly fast, it's just I happen to be there anyway to get the other gems that I like. So that's why I end up going for them. I know Chris LBC goes for this thief, for example, for a thief that he misses in another location. I'm not really sure what thief that is. Oh, snowman. Gotta get that snowman. It's a 5. Lucas Bolton. Shout out to Lucas Bolton in Wizard Peak. That was a good wizard. That was a solid Wizard Peak for me. I don't usually have Wizard Peak go without me having at least one death, so I can say that's going for me this time around. And I ended with a gold sparks as well, which is also nice. Getting a gold sparks is what I want for Blowhard, so I'm very prone for doing shit in Blowhard and losing sparks, which just makes Blowhard slow as fuck. This is just another example of a level that really scares me, and I miss the archway. It's not quite a run killer for me, but like, I've had some really bad runs like that. Like, I just completely lost control there, which... I don't know if it's a control issue, because this does have very mild stick drift, and it's like a little bit of a skill problem. Like, I'm just not fucking good at the game. Ideally, you want to get all planes there. I've lost like fucking 10 seconds, which is sad because I had such a good Wizard Peak. I was really happy with that. I was exactly where the time save number needed to be to beat my PB for sure. It just means now I've got to make up the time in like a different area. Get that. I'm gonna come back, get this. And I did quite poorly on planes. Like, I like to get most of the planes. Like, it's okay if like 1 or 2 escape. I can usually forgive myself for that, but like most of them escaped. It means I'm not going to get the ideal finish by getting the arches in a good time. Plane. David plane. I'm a plane missing actually. Where is the missing plane? I know one's here, but like, where's the other one? Oh, there he is. I was really worried for a second that the plane was really far away. So, like, nearly a 15-second time loss. That's maybe a little bit absurd. But again, like, this isn't the... Like, I may have lost a little bit of time, but Wizard Peak benefited from a good run. The real rigmarole is going to be in Beastmakers. That was nice. I usually fuck that up and just go straight in the water. Blowhard needs to go well, and I need to not... like, get a game over on Misty Bog and have an okay wild flight. I just need an okay wild flight. And by okay, I just mean, like, don't like, fuck it up, don't, like, die. Because I had that in one of my runs, I think it was yesterday, where, like, it was a disaster on wild flight, where, like, I got near the ends, and I got, like, I ended up leaving, like, with 120 gems, because I was about to crash. And I quickly got out of it just in time. Whoa. Less than ideal because now I've messed up Blowhard's cycle. I have to wait for his attack. This section here is definitely a section I need to sit down and practice doing quickly. I need to just like sit down one day and just do Blowhard over and over again to nail cycles. It's one that I'm always nervous on. Like, I could have probably made that jump there, but I'm so scared of messing it up and like unintentionally losing a life that I really don't want to lose. Altair. Remember the good old days when I thought Dark Hollow was a good idea? I want those days back. This is definitely a section. Oh, fire alarm. Probably just a drill. Or someone's like cooking the bacon wrong. The fire alarm goes off here like by mistake so many times. Like, it's like the boy who cried wolf. One day it's gonna really go off and I'm gonna die. Because I'm not gonna get out in time. There are some assholes here though that like leave the door open and like grill something way too long. There, it's gone again. Gave me a headache though while it was there, fucking hell. Hangover. It says that I had a slow blowhard there, but like in reality it's partly because I think I made a mistake in the level when this time was submitted, where like I was about to fall off a cliff and so I just left the level. This is surprising me. It's saying like it's saying I had not only a slow blowhard, but I had a slow transition phase, and I didn't feel like I did anything particularly wrong. Got the 2 wizards, which I always get. It's going to be annoying because I want to save the splits, but because the order's wrong. I guess I could just rename them, and then it makes sense. I guess it just makes sense if I just rename them. Yeah, I think that's like... I don't know why I'm stressing about that. Now this is where I made a mistake. Like I went into, in this particular run that I'm trying to beat, I went into Terrace Village just on complete autopilot. Like I just like, oh, portal. I have no idea why. I just went into it without really thinking. So that's kind of slow firework. Now that I think about it, it's not really worth the 5 gems or 15 gems that you get from it. We're on track for dragons though. Like I shouldn't have to do G-Bay. Sound like eBay. I shouldn't have to do G-Bay with the current trend, because I've got every dragon that I go for. That's slow. This is a major test now. Wildflight's a major test. I need this to go well. Like if I'd have died right then, I could forgive myself for that, but I need everything else to go well now. It's these boat guys that make me stressed in this level. Like once I'm finished with the boat guys, like the rest of the level, I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but like it's less worrisome. Like look at that boat guy, he's causing me problems. 2 boat guys, like whoa. So this is definitely a slow wildfly. That's not what you want to happen. That's definitely not what you want to happen. I'm missing a boat guy. Is he here? There he is. Seeing him collide with the geometry. Like usually I'm at like 20 seconds remaining by the time I finish the arcs. Sometimes like 25. Whereas this time, no Cigara. Planes here. Switch the planes over here. Chests. This stage really testing my patience this time around. Get this one. That one. Is either. There we go, last plane guy. I'm not sure if this will work. It might work. Yeah, I'm about to lose time. Ooh, that was that was a good save. That's one of the faster exits of the level I've ever had. Like just immediately. Trigger. I don't get the triggering rules of this whirlwind. Like I just don't get it. There's sometimes it appears almost immediately, other times it takes its sweet ass time. And really, oof. My flame somehow countered his bullshit. Right, we're at a decent chunk of change. We've still got like a decent amount of gems to get as well, but I'm not entirely happy with my gem count. Whoops. So I'm gonna go out my way to get these 2 and have a disaster happen. There's a life in this level that I might pick up. Wasn't really paying attention to how many lives I have, but I think I have 2. That's fucking slow. No, I pressed flame, like fuck you, and now I have no sparks and I'm going into frogs. Please tell me there's a fodder over there. Oh, fuck off. Missed like, I went into an area, missed every single fucking gem in that area. No sparks. Maybe I should have just died and, like, got the sparks back immediately, because dying to frogs is going to be a bit of a sad state of affairs. I might get this dragon up here and then just die. Sounds like it might be a good strat. Oof. Flame beats tongue, apparently. Oh god, I thought I'd killed all the frogs, but it was not right. Spyro just gutsy. Spyro just turns into such a slow game if you don't have sparks, like it's not even fun anymore. Alright, so let's just die here, so I can get sparks back. It's definitely going to save me time in the long run. Oh, I have more than enough lives. Usually, I don't know why, but I end up with like... I end up with 0 lives entering Misty Bog usually, so I get that like extra life and I still end up losing it. That was a good jump. I usually mess that up, so it's nice to get right for a change. There's a decent amount of gems in Guantanamo Cave. I just don't like doing it, so I prefer not to do that section. That's why I go for Ivor instead in Dry Canyon. There's a chest I always miss there. There's only 2 gems in it. I still go for it every time. It should be mandatory that every one of those plants has fucking 5 gems, and then to make them worth the hassle. Misty, like, I know Jock is the 5-star rating difficulty. Like, realistically, I'd put Jock as a 4-star difficulty level, and I'd put Misty Bog and Twilight Harbor both on 5 stars. Like, this is what these are what real 5-star difficulty levels look like, in my opinion. Like, the amount of things that go wrong in Misty Bog when you're trying to do it quickly. It's got difficult platforming, not really platforming difficulty, but you get what I mean. But the enemies make this level... The enemies make this level far from ideal. It says that I'm currently 4 minutes ahead and shrinking. I don't know where that's came from. I don't know if I messed up not Misty Bog. I know I messed up Misty Bog. I think I went into Terrace Village. And I definitely game overed. I think it was in Misty Bog I game overed. Like, it was near the beginning though, so it wasn't like the worst game over ever. It was, obviously, every game over is a bad game over. There's no such thing as a... no such thing as a good game over. Like, if I'd have died then, I would have just left Misty Bog and, like, tried to make the gems back later. Sorry, miss the 5. Miss the gem that I wanted from that road, guys. Oof. So yeah, I can leave the stage at this point. Sometimes, if I had full sparks then, I would have been tempted to go to the Bay Area to get like a bunch of gems, so I'm a bit more comfortable. But like, that was a good amount of gems that I got. And I'm sparksless again. This is my biggest issue, period, with the this world, is that I always find myself sparksless in like almost every stage. There's just not enough fodder like littered around. And there's like no fodder for quite a decent amount of time in this section either. So, like, I'm gonna miss out on like just gems sitting around because I'm not really gonna go out of my way to pick them up. So 5. For example, I missed the 2 there, right? That's like a 2 that Sparks would just pick up, and that's useful. I'm gonna have to just bypass all those gems, those nice gems I pick up. I usually go for the fan chest behind me as well, but again, there's some banana boys there that I sometimes fall victim to, so not gonna do that. Still no fodder. Still actually no fodder, really. I guess I'm gonna use this opportunity to try a strat. You see the split's all wrong, and that's because this is where I went to Terrace Village. I'm gonna try a strat, because, that worked. That's the first time I've attempted that, and I'm happy I finally did, because now I know that it's actually one of the more simple tricks. Okay. Still don't have sparks. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why I was like next to the blue gem thinking, pick it up, sparks, and I don't fucking have sparks. It would have been the end of the world if that trick had messed up, because I would have got sparks back, so... I still don't have one. Okay, we're gonna go over here. Get the usually I get the dragon later, but I'm gonna get him first this time, just in case like the enemy kills me. And I just can't believe I've not had a single chicken like come into play. It's just made the stage so much slower than it needs to be. Okay. Ah, there's a chicken! Yeah. You fucking kidding me? Like, that's laughably annoying. It's funny and sad at the same time. I'm gonna play this safe because I don't have sparks. I'm gonna just do this the slower way. I know usually runners go over to the left there and then they just do like a charge here. And they do not, but I've not practiced not. Well, I've practiced it, but I'm not good at it, so it's risky to do in a run. Fucking pick up the gems, please. It is entirely possible that this run has been killed just by not having sparks for this long. I should have just died. Like it's really slowed me the hell down. Right, chicken. And because of doing Terrace Village now, I really can't rely on what my splits are saying to be true. There we go. That was good gems. That was good gems, even though it was slow. It says I'm 2 minutes ahead, which means that I've got like 30 seconds worth of like loss as backup right now. And going into Metalhead with green sparks is never fun. 4,800. I should be entering. What's that level called? I should be entering Dreamweavers. I should be entering Dreamweavers with a good amount of gems, essentially. That's exactly the kind of glide I wanted. Get up to here, just there. This part I don't like, because I'm slow at just climbing stairs in general. I've yet to master the tech behind like just doing stairs really quickly. Nice of the camera to impede my view there. Right down here, get this guy, get Banana Boy. Fox getting his dinner, and then not getting gem. Gets his dinner, doesn't get gem. Whose side are you on, buddy? So self-centered sometimes. Yeah, we're gonna have decent gems going into Dreamweavers, which I'm happy about. That I'm not happy about. That is a piss take, essentially. That's like a kick in the nuts. Like, fuck that guy. You die, I'm gonna punish you, and I'm gonna get chicken because it's fucking Metalhead, and I have a tendency to run into the electric. This will be, like, as long as I don't die in Metalhead, it's still on track to maybe be a recorded PB. I need to not die to Metalhead, probably not gonna risk the fast jump in Dreamweavers. I'm probably gonna just do Dreamweavers standardly. Oh no. It's not what you want, there's no more chicken. Once again, no sparks. It's just a common theme right now, and it's gonna cost me gems again. It's not gonna cost me gems, I'm gonna get them, but like it's costing me like precious time. I should have just like done that part slowly just to make sure that I kept my sparks, really. Sparks is definitely more important than of doing that section a little bit faster. And as a result, if I die to metalheads, I'm obviously going to leave the stage, but it makes me worried gem-wise where I'm going to be at if I do that. So I'm going to have to just be very careful in this section. Like, don't take any unnecessary risks. If I see something flashing red, try not to go for it. Alright, that was less stressful than I expected. This is a very slow metalhead as a result. Have a very slow whirlwind, because why not? We're on a track to get loads of slow stuff. The amount of ammunition they thought the metalhead was going to use in this fight is actually adorable. It's like they really overestimated like how long the play would take to defeat metalhead. And despite losing sparks, I still had a slightly faster metalhead. That's insane, really, when I think about it, because that was a slow metalhead. That was not a fast metalhead at all. That was slow as shit. I'm gonna go over here just so I can be safe on gems, because you get like I think 75 gems or something crazy like that just from this one chest. Not this chest, of course. Let's get that. This chest here. Like that's a good like investment in my opinion. Come on. Oh god, that would have been the worst thing ever, is if I had actually gone back into metalhead there. That would have been annoying. So yeah, there's like a slightly faster jump there I want to integrate in Dreamweavers, but like when I'm currently it this close to my PB, I don't want to waste any time on taking the risk on it, because 1 minute 54 ahead overall currently is not good. Like it's this. I need good barrel essentially. Fuck off, and not that. Like, what is that bullshit? Like, really? Like, oh my lord. Like, I've had some bullshit happen before, but like that takes the cake. Like an enemy dying into me and then it kicks me out. Like it's not often that proxies like piss me off. Like they usually don't happen. Like accidentally to me, but that takes the cake. Get fucked. Or at least I had fast slappy monks. Like, it's a mild redemption, but not really. And I would usually like to usually like to charge into this firework crate, but when I'm on green sparks, no thank you. I'd rather keep sparks and then go back in that direction. Alright, Icy Flight. Oh my lord, I've definitely overgemmed. Can you stop fucking doing the fire alarm? I'm gonna fucking send a complaint to management of this building, because the amount of times the fire alarm just goes off for no reason. Like, stop it. Good job, like I'm not someone that like suffers from like anxiety or something like that otherwise. You know, having a fire alarm go off all the time, that would do bad shit for your mental health. That was slow. Lost all, like that's a big issue if you go into a wall like that and you lose all speed. And it also kind of messes up the cycles on the train. Like usually I catch a train there, but he's not there. You know? Okay, where's this guy? Messes the cycle up on this, and I'm gonna miss him because like the game doesn't want me to get a PB. Get it? You fucking serious? No, 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 no. Don't throw the runaway like over some bullshit, please. Don't give me a shitty icy flight like this. Just don't. Don't give me a shitty icy flight, please. I've come so far. I'm gonna play train safe and go for the barrel right now. I don't want to risk like missing. Like I missed that guy right immediately. That's what was about happening. If I'm being like honest with myself, not to say like I'm good or anything, but like if just removing the errors that I've made so far, the amount of errors I've made so far, like I should be finishing nowish if I hadn't made as many mistakes as I have, such as like way over gemming. Like this is bizarre to me how I've over gemmed this much. I don't feel like I've gone as out the way as I usually do. Essentially at this point, I guess I'm gonna do a straight run. Oh god! All right, just die. I just want to get the gems quickly. All right, so I need, I think like 180 gems is what I need, something like that. So that's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get 180 just to be safe, even though I think it was slightly less than 180. I'm actually in danger of missing out on my PB. So let's not do that. Let's just do this. I probably could have got away with just speedrunning to Jacques because I know that's where all like there's enough gems there. Oh no, really? No. I really want a PB this time. I've like put in so much practice. Just want it to go well once, please. Mainly because I know this PB that I currently have is really, really beatable. And it's just me being bad. Like, of course it's beatable, that's not kind of what I mean. I mean, like, it shouldn't be as hard as it has been for me to get my time down. I've just had so many things go wrong. Alright, let's just kill Jacques and that will be enough gems for sure at this point. I don't think I even need to get the gems at the top of the level. I think I just need to kill Jacques. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that'll do. It is actually saying I'm behind my time now. This is depressing. And I have 0 lives. According to my calculations, I got barrel practically first try. So I need to get barrel first try. I think I died to Nork. What is this? This is like, I've got basically 4 fucking minutes to I've got 4 minutes to do 3 levels. To beat my PB. Get fucked. How have I overgemmed that much? I didn't even overgem by... I overgemmed by a ridiculous amount. I'm not saying it's impossible yet because I'm not smart enough to know like if it's impossible yet, but it's definitely improbable. I got fast barrel. I got fast barrel. That's nice. It's definitely like I'm gonna potentially beat the time that's listed here, but I'm not sure if this is gonna be the PB time that I want. Twilight Harbor needs to go flawlessly, and I need to get a very fast, nasty Nork. But even then, it's tight. Very, very tight. I'm not confident. I'm looking at my... Look, fuck off. Like, that's not what... I can't have that happen right now. Can't have slow things like that. Really? If I'd have dropped in the water then, that would have been fucking annoying. Killing him, like, is a little bit out of the way, but I just wanted safety there. Because I'm on green sparks. If I'd have got blue sparks, I would have taken the risk of just bypassing him, but because I'm on green sparks, I want to be careful. Right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Fast and nasty, fast and nasty. I think I might do second thieves the safe way, because it might be the only way I can guarantee that I might, even then it's going to be close. Obviously fast second thief would guarantee it, but it could also break the run. Right, that was a good first thief. I think I'm just going to get second thief legit, because I don't always get fast thief. And if I missed it, if I had missed that, it would have definitely been run over, because he's just so out of the way. It still could be run over. I'm definitely not getting my target sub an hour, but maybe it's possible for me to beat my PB by, or was it a 1:01:11? I have no idea if this is possible. If it is, it's going to be like I beat my run by like a few seconds, which is, again, it's frustrating because I know sub an hour is within my grasp. I really do. I know sub an hour is in my grasp. As long as I don't die here, this should be a very slight PB. It's still not fast enough to beat Garion though. And Garion is where I'm at. I'm about to lose to Garion's time by like a few seconds. There we go. Okay. It's a PB, so I still need to be happy about that. It's a recorded PB. I need to be happy about that aspect of things, and I need to like learn from my over-gemming mistakes.
Again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
Well, if you watched this, which I doubt you did, but my lord, that was stressful. I feel stressed after that.